What about like differences between people? Like when you first got here, what were the differences between people in Colombia and people in America?
Well, I didn't notice it right away because of English. Like I have this 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 little struggle back in high school where I look white. Like
Yeah.
I look white. Like I'm blonde. I'm light skinned.
Yeah.
Like when I was in high school, I was in water polo, and like chicks just come up to me, like trying to talk to me, and I really was like, I'm sorry, I don't speak English. And I just like turn around, like, oh, I have this classmate in my computer science class, and I sit in the front trying to understand the teacher, even though I don't understand crap. And she sat all the way in the back. In the in the first semester, she came up to me asking for some homework. I understood what she was saying, but I just couldn't like reply, and that was the embarrassing moment of my life. Like she was so pretty too. She was that blonde, white, cute chick that you see in TV.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, what a dumbass. Well, yeah, and people is weird. Like when I was in high school, people is weird. Like you can see different people, different kind of people. Like you see emo, like different kind of people. Like people with red, pink hair, and like people dressed in all black, like cholitos with a little mustache and like with the beanie all the way down here. Like you see different kind of type of people, like different ethnicities, different cultures, different kind of just different people. And Colombia is kind of all the same. Like all have that kind of the same mentality. We all bully each other. Like I was the bully over there. Now I was pretty mean. My mentality was pretty mean. So if I see some weird guy, I'll be like, oh, he will get so much bullying in Colombia. And that was kind of my mentality, which is bad because I don't like to be a bully anymore because that's bad. Yeah. And but yeah, that's it. Well, people. I feel like people in Colombia is more happy, more friendly, more outgoing. Here's like more shy, more like oh, maybe he's gonna do something to me. Like more afraid of what other people's gonna do to them. In Colombia, like okay, like I'm gonna put this clear example. Oh, God, I love it. So I was in Ross buying some shorts, and randomly I heard a Colombian accent from an old lady, and I was like, oh, she's Colombian. So at the moment I had this key change where it says Colombia, and I put it on my neck. And she saw it, and she's like, "Are you Colombian?" I was like, "No way, I'm Colombian too." It's like, that's incredible, I'm Colombian too. She literally hugged me like for 5 seconds, randomly. I don't know. She was kind of old, like 65, with her daughter. She was pretty cute. Her daughter was pretty cute. She randomly invited me to eat arepas at her house. Like this is Colombian thing, and I went over, and it was bomb arepas, and I didn't see her again. I never saw her again. And it was that's how friendly Colombians are. Like other example, I work at Rainforest Cafe as a busser, and this Colombian was sitting in the bar because in Rainforest Cafe you have to like get your passport like the time that you have to wait time before you come into the restaurant. So she had this passport that says like 1 hour wait, and I make them go inside the restaurant before, and she was like super happy that I did that, and like she got my number and she's trying to hook me up with her daughter, and like, oh, I live all the way in Long Beach, but you're more than welcome, like give me your address, give me your phone. And I'm like, wow, Colombians are really really friendly. And like that's like a lot of situations like that, what more than the Colombians I meet. Like I don't know if you guys are into raves, but I went for my first rave ever in San Bernardino. It was beyond the wonderland. I went with my Colombian flag, and I didn't see a lot of Colombians, but like a good 7 people came out to me random and just hugged me for good 10 seconds. I'm not lying. Like a random chick just come up and put that sticker on my phone. Like wow, it was amazing. Well, that's the kind of difference between the two kind of people.
And what's the differences between the girls in Colombia and the girls in the U.S.?
Girls. I think Colombian girls are beautiful.
Yeah.
Just like that. We've been Miss Universe for 3 years in a row, and we have the most beautiful girls in the planet, I believe. Like they have like you can I mean white chicks are pretty cute. Like they can be really blue eyes, blonde, but there's nothing like a Latina. Like and more like a Colombiana. Oh my God, they're beautiful. Like every single corner you will see a pretty chick. Like every 20 girls you will see a pretty girl here. That's the big difference.
Did you live in a small town in Colombia?
No, I live in a pretty big city. It was called Pereira. Not the biggest city, but it was pretty big. He has a lot of civilization. Like he has metro, like big buildings. Like that's how you know has a lot of civilization. But it was kind of big.
What? Where do you live now?
I live in Fontana.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, kind of 25 minutes.
Yeah. What's the difference of like a city?
I just moved to Fontana in December, so like 4 months ago, and I used to live in Ontario, so I'm gonna compare Ontario because Fontana's like the desert, like you just see industries, and long streets, like not a lot of restaurants, like fast food.
Yeah, Fontana's like Ontario but worse.
Yes, like way worse. Yeah. In Ontario, I used to live on a mountain in Fifth by the freeway, and it was a lot of like fast food, a lot of restaurants, everything was closed. The Walmart was right in the corner. It was Michael's, the banks, there was the supers. It was a lot of things around it. And in Colombia, you have kind of the same thing because my city was not the biggest, but it was small, and you can get everywhere really quickly. Like over here, you have to drive long distances to like get it everywhere. Yeah. That's the biggest difference.
And what are your plans moving forward after Mount Sac? What do you want to do with your life?
I was planning to go to the Navy and play water polo because I'm not the best at water polo, but I'm really decent. And I wanted to like be a physical therapist in the Navy, and so they can pay for my school because I want to pay for school. And also play water polo, which is my dream. But with this war, it kind of changed my plans because this is going crazy. Yeah. Like I'm kind of scared, looking like. Aren't you scared when you hear airplane? Maybe, and then we're done.
Yeah, I don't think we hear the planes though.
So if you don't go to the Navy, what might you do now? You don't know.
Now I have to change my plans because this war just happened 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So I was maybe Long Beach, trying to get a loan and then go to Long Beach, maybe Long Beach States, maybe play polo over there too, but I will have to improve a lot because Long Beach is pretty good. And Laverne is a D2, which is easier to get in, but it's a private, with more money. So anything about money. This country is everything about money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty. I have to think about it.
Do you want to keep doing diving as well?
I don't know. My love is water polo. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm pretty good at diving, and I'm not even that good. It's just okay, diving is not a potential sport in the United States, if we can say it like that. Like, there's not a lot of good divers out there. Like, I come from a country where they're really good at diving. Like, my ex-girlfriend back in Colombia, she was almost an Olympian in diving. So she's pretty fucking good. Oh, pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a podcast. You can say whatever you want. Okay. It's a college podcast.
Yeah. You can fuck yeah. She was pretty fucking good. Yeah. And like she you know the double that I was doing back and she would do triples, like quadruples, like that's crazy. Like she's really trying to go to Olympics representing Colombia, and I'm just used to see those kind of divers. So when I came here, I'm like, dude, this is nothing. I made it a stay. Like I'm probably gonna get a little far in the state and get stuck there, but there's nothing. This is nothing. Like water polo is way bigger than diving in the United States.
So after state, is it like in regionals or nationals or?
I don't know. I've never been this far before, so I'll have to ask my coach. I think after state is regionals, and then I don't know after that. Honestly, as long as I get medals, I'm happy with it.
Nice. Well, I just want to ask you one more question. We are going to end up running low on time, well, computer space, really. But, you told us a little bit about, when coming up and how you came here and your story there. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind that was, like, kind of a life-changing moment for you? With all that process?
And the transition of like coming to Colombia and over here?
Yeah.
life changes moment.
I mean, obviously,
It could
the
be in
process
Colombia too,
itself
like
is-
adversity, any like problems or challenges that you overcame in your life.
I think my dad is one of my biggest challenges, my biggest barrier, because the fact that I'm alone here is a big, huge barrier, but also a step, because now a lot of people do a lot of stuff alone, and that's something that it changed my life. I mean, I'm Christian. I always talk to God. I'm trying to get close to God, you know, trying to get that kind of mentality. He's always with me, and God can give you good things and can give you strength, and I think that's the biggest biggest change in my life, because without him I couldn't done anything that I have done so far, like that, from my language to my diving, my job. It's not hard to be a student, athlete, part-time worker. It's not hard. It's not easy at all. You have to have time for homework and for tournaments and for family and your dog. If you have a dog, that's a responsibility too. So yeah, my loneliness and God will be like the biggest change in my life.
Did being here by yourself make you more religious, like than you were before? Yeah.
Yeah, way more religious. Like it's sad, but it's true. But you don't see the things that you're supposed to see until you're really going through them. If it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna reach to God until you're gonna pass through like a big, bad, sad situation. Yeah, I think that's the major thing.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time to
You're
come
welcome,
talk
man.
to us today.
Yeah, it's a
Really
good
appreciate
therapy.
Yeah.
And best of luck with you going forward with your competition and
Thank you, dude.
with
Nice
water
to meet
polo
you.
and everything in your future.
Yeah. Hope you get an A.
Yeah.